What if I told you the most obscene thing about a woman isn't her body but how deeply the world fears it? Not just the curves, not just the thighs, but the raw, unfiltered truth she carries in her voice, her silence, her gaze, and her desire. We taught her to fear being too much, but never asked why her fullness was a threat. She was 14 the first time someone called her a slut, not because she touched anyone, but because her chest grew faster than their understanding. She learned then that obscenity is not about what she did, but how uncomfortable her existence made others feel. So she started hiding, her nipples under double layers, her laughter behind fake humility, her questions under fake obedience. But what the world didn't realize is this: when you suppress a woman's fire, she doesn't forget it, she stores it. And over time, that storage becomes sickness. In her relationships, in her marriage, in her silence, she stops screaming outwardly and starts rotting inwardly. Lust doesn't destroy her, shame does. Epictetus once said, "People are not disturbed by things, but by the views they take of them." A woman's body, by itself, is not shameful, but society's projection onto it, that's the obscenity. Stoicism teaches us to face truth head-on, to remove illusion from experience. But we've done the opposite with women. We've wrapped them in veils not to protect them, but to protect ourselves from facing how we failed to understand desire. Religious shame versus spiritual freedom. Many women were taught that God wants them to shrink, that sex is dirty and less sanctified, but their pleasure is only valid if it's serving a man. But true spirituality isn't denial, it's integration. What is sacred about a woman who denies her own body just to be accepted? Nothing. Psychological damage of suppression, repressed desire doesn't disappear. It mutates into anxiety, disconnection, or obsession. That's why so many women suddenly cheat, suddenly snap, or suddenly leave. It was never sudden. It was years of hiding who they really were. The male gaze and pornographic distortion. Men were taught to consume her, but not to understand her. They learned about sex from porn, not presence. From fantasy, not feminine truth. So when she shows up messy, emotional, intense, wild, soft, unsure, or deeply craving intimacy, they don't see her. They just see another performance. But she's not performing anymore. She's unraveling. Confronting the adult truth. A woman isn't obscene because she sends nudes. She's obscene because she says, "I want to be touched where I feel safe." She isn't obscene because she moans during sex. She's obscene because she says, "This isn't just physical, I want you to hear my silence." 2. She isn't obscene because she likes rough hands or soft lips or dominant energy. She's obscene because she asks for all of that without apologizing. My obscenity deserved to be seen. Not because it's provocative, not because it's seductive, but because it's human. Obscenity, when spoken by a woman, is not filth, it's freedom. She is not showing her body to corrupt you. She is showing her truth to reclaim herself. Because when a woman owns her hunger, her shadow, her scars, her sexuality, she becomes terrifying. Not to herself, but to those who still believe she must earn her worth by hiding.